not saying of all the countries in Africa, but most of them, they're only praying, but they're not like looking for a better life. Like all they do is pray. And there's nothing wrong with praying, but the Bible also says, like, and also I think the Quran, it doesn't mean because you pray that you don't have to do the hard work. It doesn't have to do certain things. And that's where you see, like, they're so focused on only praying without, like, wanting, like, certain things from their country to improve or changing certain mindset where they know they have been having for a long time and it's not, like, improving the country or improving anything. So they're stuck in a certain way, and that's why I feel like that's religion sometimes. Yeah, most of the times it's destroying Africa. I'm not saying that we don't need it, but I'm saying there's a lot of religion. There's also a lot of people are claiming they are spreading God's word, but
Yeah,
they're actually abusing it.
a lot of false prophet, because it's like every at the end of this 2025 there was this guy. I'm not sure if he was from Nigeria or but one of these countries in Africa, and he was proclaiming that he's a prophet and that in the 25th of December that Jesus will return. That's when he had
Yeah,
this you
the guy in Ghana, right?
Ghana, yeah,
Who made the ark, right? A big
exactly
ark.
that one. It's crazy. But I'm glad at the end of the day they yeah justice came forward, justice rule and basically stop him from abusing these people, because
And that's what I mean. Mm-hmm.
because one thing is for sure is that I don't know if it's just people looking for a way, looking for like it seems like the people a lot of people are just so desperate. You know what I mean? Because to be
Mm-hmm.
able to believe that someone he dressed like like a hobo, to be honest, like he has no life, and then for some reason, I'm not saying, if you're gonna be presenting God's work or whatever, or to be religious, you have to be dressed like very top notch. But again, it was very clear and evident that this guy he was onto something,
And it
and
was deceiving people. Yeah.
yeah, it sucks. And he was just basically using the money like most of them are doing. So it was,
And that's what I mean. People
mhm,
are abusing religion
mhm,
and they're claiming they're doing it in God's name while they're doing it in their own name. And
true.
that's why religion is destroying Africa because
Mhm.
most people will believe everybody who's saying, "Oh, I'm a pastor," or "I had a certain dream, I'm a prophet." Everybody believes everybody.
Yeah,
So, and that, like, at a certain point, you still have to use your knowledge. It doesn't mean because something has to do with your religion that you can trust it 100% because there are a
mhm,
lot of false prophets.
yeah,
Hello,
true.
everyone. Sorry, sister. I just want to say something. I'm at work.
Yeah,
I
go
just
ahead.
want to.
Go ahead.
Your question is like, is religion destroying Africa?
Mhm,
I don't think there's a religion out there that really destroy anything.
mhm,
If you like in Africa, I can relate because I'm from there.
mhm,
People we abuse every religion.
mhm,
As a Muslim myself, I know there are a lot of false shares out there trying to to attack the weak,
mhm,
because there are people that they don't read, they don't want to read, they just want to rely on what people say. And most of the time, those are the people that fall into victimhood
mhm,
when it comes to that.
mhm,
But religion, I think it helps people, it's a way of life. I don't think in Christianity there's anything there like you should lie or do harm to anyone. I don't think so. Same as Islam.
mhm,
But people try to use religion like as a business nowadays. They try to use religion in a negative way, but I don't think that's the reason why. Like you can't say like it destroyed Africa. I think Africa what really destroyed is the lack of love between amongst ourselves. We really don't like us. We don't like each other.
mhm,
Like a lot of greedy people out there. I think that's the main reason why we are stuck where we are. But I don't think religion has nothing to do with it, because if each and everyone practice their religion like the way it is told, I don't think there will be harm anywhere. But people now like use religion to attack the weak,
mhm,
because if you meet people that really knows about their religion, you can manipulate those people.
mhm,
like in Islam for us, like all the things that people are doing right now, it has been predicted like 1,400 years ago. So if you know your religion, when you see those signs, you'll be like, oh, okay. So like I know this is happening. I have a solution so that I know how to avoid, how to prevent it. But if you don't know nothing about your religion, whatever comes, you go with it. So I think that that's the problem. People don't like to educate themselves when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And like based on Islam and Christianity, I think we have much more in common than any other religion out there. But people, like the what sister was saying here, people rely on churches just going to pray 24 hours without acting upon it. It doesn't work like that. Of course, it's good to pray, but pray and act upon it. But you won't sit down. Even in us, in our religion, it is not advised. It doesn't even allow to just rely on prayers. You
And there
pray
you go.
and you act upon it.
You still
I
have
don't
to do
think
the work.
there's any Muslim out there that will tell you that, okay, I'm not going to do anything, I just pray. No. According to Islam, that is not permitted. There was a story like during our prophet, like there's a man, because he was told that prayer is going to give him everything. He spent the whole day in the mosque. He doesn't go out. He prayed the whole day, and the prophet was like, no, that's not how to do it. You have a family to take care of. Pray, then act upon it. If you want something, you have to do something in order to earn that. You cannot just rely on prayer. Anything you pray for, you have to act upon it to have it.
True.
I think Christianity also it says like that. So people use nowadays, it's happening everywhere in the whole world, not just Africa. People are using religion to harm people, to mislead people.
Yeah.
It's happening everywhere. Like back home, like what the sister said, every like 3 blocks you see a church or a mosque or a gathering. Okay, come for in the name of God. This, that. They are not preaching anything what God says.
Yeah.
They're just using people to like they are making business upon people. But people refuse to read their religion, refuse to learn their religion. That's why they have been misled. But for the case of Africa, the religion has nothing to do with us being backward. That is reaching ourselves, our ego, our pride, and all that stuff, lack of helping each other and all that. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to add to that. I'm at work, I'm picking in and out, and I have to go. Thank you.
All right. Thank you,
Okay.
sister. All right.
Enjoy your work day.
All right. Yeah, I mean, religion is simply a spiritual tool. You know, it's basically how we use it. I understand what sister is saying is how we use it. It could be for our betterment, but also it could be used as a crutch for people to just hope or just have faith and things are gonna change, but yet they don't want to do the work, the actual
But that-
physical thing
But
to
that's the
make it
thing with
right
Africa,
change.
because everywhere in the world they're like abusing religion. They're like using it in a bad way sometimes. But the difference is with Africa is like they only rely on prayer. They were like, yeah, it doesn't matter, we're poor. God will give us the strength to survive like these hard times, and then and themselves they're not going to do anything about it. And if you compare it to like outside Africa, people maybe are listening to people who are also lying about religion, but they don't have that mindset. If you get what I mean, you don't have the
Yeah.
mindset. Oh, if
Yeah.
I pray, God will provide everything, and I don't have to do anything. Some of most of the time, I see people think that way are Africans. You have them also outside Africa, but most of them are Africans. So that's why I feel like religion is destroying Africa. Not because like our religion are bad. It's just because people are abusing it,
Yeah.
and we have a certain mindset.
True. And we tend to be very gullible and basically want things to happen just by miracle. What's up,
There
G?
you go.
What's up, GGGG? Hello?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm all right, and you?
Good.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, no, it's quite an interesting, and yeah, I don't know how a religion is destroying Africa. I don't get it properly because I think it depends also where you're located. It depends where are you in Africa. If you're in the south, SADC, I think religion to us doesn't matter because mostly SADC is Christian, and the Christian decide we don't have issues with religion. We don't bomb each other. We don't hunt each other for because you don't believe in this. There's Roman, there's Catholic, there's all over. Yeah, I think on our side, yeah, doesn't have any impact.
What side? What
When
side?
it comes to
When you say your side, where would you? Where are you located?
located in Sadek.
Sadak? What?
Huh?
Say that again.
Sadek.
Is that in Africa?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know that.
so could you maybe name some location around?
Sadek, like for example, there's north of Africa, there's western of Africa, there's east of Africa.
But what is SADC?
I'm
We don't know
located
the
in-
country.
Sadek is countries like Botswana, South Africa, Namibia,
Oh,
Zambia.
okay. Bro, you have to understand. You have to understand. Not all of us gonna understand, but thank you for explaining. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Because
Yeah.
I see people know more of North Africa than they know about where Nigeria is located. Where I think it's eastern, it's west Africa.
West.
Yeah, mostly it's North and West Africa is what people know. If you say Sadek, they're like, shit, what is this guy talking about?
Okay. So
Are you super live? Are you African too?
no,
Yeah.
I'm actually Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which country are you from?
You know Saint Martin?
Oh yeah, I know Saint Martin.
Yeah.
It's one of the Dutch. I like part of the Dutch.
Yes. Yes, it's part of the
Right?
Dutch. Yes, exactly.
Dutch. You guys speak Dutch?
Yeah, I do speak Dutch.
Yes.
Oh, I have friends of mine that spoke Dutch, but you know, in my country we speak mostly Afrikaans, and they say it's close to Afrikaans, Dutch, similar, and all that.
It's very nice. It's very little though. Yeah, it's very little.
Because I think in Dutch, you guys say hoe gaat het?
Hoe gaat het?
It's a greeting.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In us, that is Afrikaans. Afrikaans is hoe gaat het? You guys goed? You guys goed is like I'm good, ne?
Yeah.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
So
Afrikaans.
so Gigi,
Very similar.
Gigi, so in your what did you call it? Sadek? Sadek.
South Africa.
Okay, so basically it's the region in Africa that you know that you call this. So in that area, so what sort of religion that you guys practice the most? Is it Christianity or Muslim?
Christianity.
Okay. So how
And
we were
I'll
talking
say to you,
we were talking about earlier as well that the religion is not really the real problem, is not really the real issue, is the mentality of the people after they've practiced the religion, because you can practice religion but yet still have the ability to do the work, to bring forth, you know, to do the work and the realities and the realistic sense of view, or not just basically, you know, have faith without work, because that's futile. And when you look around in your daily life, or people who are very much big believers who always talk about, or maybe who are not big believers, are they actually doing the work as well, meaning that they are being productive?
yes. Okay, let me go there. I think if it comes to the subject area of Africa, the subject, let me say SADC. You guys, I want to say, which one do you want to understand? SADC or South?
You can take it.
Let me put,
You can go ahead.
okay, let me say in the SADC of Africa, Namibia, South Africa, Angola, and all that. It's very Christian countries. 90% of the countries, mostly the population. Our country is roughly 95, 98 Christian nation. Most of us, we are Christian, and also we practice our ancestors' religion. Like also the Zulus. Zulus are Christian people. They're fully Christians, but also they do practice their traditional stuff. It's why for me, if we have to be in my country, we know, okay, you're Christian, but if we have to go to the village, you will practice your what you believe in, your ancestors' religion, your forefathers. But I think in my country, especially in Suntec, we not have any terrorist attack of Islamist bombing. We not have that.
That's not the question. Okay, hold on. You're answering you're answering, but I think my question is, are the people so more religious than actually that that they are so religious that they are not also working? There are some countries, that they become so religious that they are waiting for God to do something for them, while they do what they need to do for their own lives. You understand what I mean?
May I ask a question for GGG?
Wait. Let's see if you can answer this, and then Jay, you can ask. Do you understand the question?
I would say I would say they're religious, but I would say they're religious, and also they do contribute to the world, to the country, and also they are not those type of religions at the point that they will sit around there and wait for God to come. Those are guys that they believe in Sunday comes Sunday, they go to church. But if it comes to say no, we are two religions, no, we are not too religious.
Okay. Jay, you have a question, Jay?
Yeah, I actually have two questions for GGGG.
Go ahead.
The first is, for me, I feel like Orania would be weaponizing Christian faith to hurt Africans because they don't allow colored Africans in Orania, but they only allow Christian. So is that not hurting our African brothers and sisters?
Can I come there? I think I would say is the constitution of the country that allows that. Is if like in my country, everyone can buy a state. Decide, in my state from now on, like there are states, Halisai name, where it's just bunch of black and white people live together. You'll find a certain place where a bunch of blacks, wealthy blacks, are living together. If you want to preserve your own community, because those guys are saying, check here, us we want to preserve our community. If you believe if we want to preserve our own community, it's just white and only. What is wrong? You can build your own colored thing. What is wrong about it? If you're blacks, we have independence. Those guys, those guys bought the land. You know that these guys have bought the farm. They bought the farm.
If Christianity is supposed to unify their family members, then why create the division? You said that they are all Christian, the black and the white. So now you're saying that there is a division, even though they're part of the same Abrahamic Christian belief?
Yes, we believe in the same God, but these guys, they've decided, check here, we're gonna build our own community only for whites. What is wrong? It's like it's just like the Romans. They decide, you know what? The Romans, we're just gonna be Romans. We're not gonna socialize with Catholics.
But the Romans, they also had different types of people that lived amongst the city.
I want to answer that question because I understand what you're asking, but you should know Christianity is also big. You have different way of practicing. It's the same like with Islam. You have Sunni and you have the other ones. And
yes, we have Sunni, Shia, Kur, and the Sufis.
Yeah, and certain, like, even though they're Muslims, they also don't get along. So you also have that in Christianity. So it's not because they're Christians that they practice all the same way.
Even the Muslims and are a child of Hagar, which is also part of the Christians' belief of Abraham. So why even the division if we are all one family?
But it's because everybody's practicing it in a different way, and that's how we create the division. It's not a good thing.
So that's the reason I'm asking with the topic, is religion destroying Africa? If we're all the same family member and same religion, but we practice differently, and then we persecute one another, is that hurting Africa?
Of course. Of course, but I'm not saying it's the only thing that's hurting Africa, because you cannot say that only religion is destroying Africa. Like a lot of things, um, that is, yeah, that has a part with destroying Africa, but religion is one of them, definitely.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him before he left, because he
Yeah.
said majority are Christian. We know that a lot are Indian in South Africa. So are you saying there is almost no population for Hindu or Buddhist people, when we know a lot of Chinese bring infrastructure and global project, so their ideas will spread to Africa?
But would it though? Would it though? Because would their ideas be spread, or would it be in a different situation? Their economical extraction would be taken away. Because when you think about the Chinese, when they go to a country, do they actually spread their culture, or they
There
come?
is Hungry Ghost Month that they do observe.
Okay, because like, okay, even you for Knack Baker, you have in almost everywhere in the Netherlands, there's a Chinese store or Chinese restaurant. But one thing is for sure is it's almost hardly likely that you will see a Chinese outdoor. You know, they'll do mostly here for economical reasons.
True.
And they do have, don't get me wrong, they do have some influence in terms of, you know, making the environment fitted for their own business practices. But when it comes to really influencing the country, they will do that. If they would be influencing the country, it would be more of an economical way, more of an indirect way rather than directly.
Yeah, or more with the food, something.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
religion.
Indirectly.
So
That's true.
with all of that said, and Gigi was mentioning how, why not have these communities where they can make their own and preserve their culture? We see all of you, all of you have just seen right now.
Yeah.
You said when the Chinese come, so they are a people that is recognizable even beyond the borders of their lands. So their culture is already seen by the public. While, you know, he's saying that it's okay to preserve our cultures in this way, to separate others through our beliefs of religion.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's what he was saying earlier.
That's why I was saying, well,
Oh,
that
okay.
doesn't make sense if we're the same family and the same belief, and the unity of Jesus is supposed to bring the community together.
Yeah.
Same thing in Islam, where you are told to learn and to follow the 7 pillars, and it's up through Abraham's lineage.
You know, it's not in. I do agree with you, Jay, but we also have to take it further. It's not religion can be useful in bringing us together, but we have to, when we come together, and for what? You know, what are we gonna be doing? Because a lot of the time, some people would just look at it. That's how it's felt in Africa in a lot of different ways. Because some people will come together just to do the worshiping part, but not what's really important. Let's say, for example, the small social, or the parts that are just basically gonna be help to elevate the person's livelihood in terms of material situations. But most people are afraid of saying that, you know, we shouldn't be materialistic, or we shouldn't. It's like their mindset of that is really, when it comes to that, is really limited. They don't want to go further and think about, okay, I want a better life, a better future for my family. Of course, we live in a materialistic world, or a material world. We also have to gather up as much as we can in order to make ourselves comfortable. But some people will see this as, you know, as a sort of a sin. That's why they will give their wealth to the pastor or the person who's so-called leading them, and thinking that they can buy their way into salvation, or they can buy their way into heaven, which is terribly, you know, a negative mindset to have, with the same corruption, color discrimination within. Have you heard of the red calf? No. Tell me about that, Jay.
It's very controversial. I don't know if how much we can actually speak about that on TikTok, but
And
that
then
is also a way that religion is being used to take a mosque from the Muslims in that is sacred that we all used to pray towards before the Kaaba. So they're trying to what is believed is that Adam's altar is near the Dome of the Rock, and that Israel would like to uh, take a calf there and give it to God. So it is going to cause an issue if they try and do that with
Yeah.
Islam and Christian society
yeah.
because of their beliefs, which is the same beliefs as the Abrahamic religion.
Yeah. All right.
I'm confused. Are you talking about Israel?
I'm sorry?
I'm confused. Are you talking about Israel who's trying to do that?
Yes.
Oh,
The one they're trying to make a sacrifice at the Dome of the Rock, and they want to chip away Al-Aqsa, and so they can build the third temple, which in the Christian Bible says is Judgment Day. So they want the fall.
but they have an interesting way of but they don't believe in the Bible. They have the Torah, right?
Correct. So the Old Testament is
But they do believe in the Old Testament.
correct.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And yeah.
Interesting.
What are you guys thoughts when it comes to different religion that believe some believe in the Old Testament, others believe in the New Testament? What do you guys thought about that? While it's one book.
A lot of Muslim family members I live with live under Old Testament laws. They live under if you steal, you cannot eat pork, you can't do all of that. The New Testament, under Jesus's death, the Apostle Paul, who never met Jesus, said it was okay for people to eat pork and sin and do certain things that were not previously allowed because they were not considered Jewish and a part of God's people. So he allowed people to change the rules of engagement in social behavior. Which today, if you go to Malaysia, they live under Old Testament law. You can still be whipped in public or stoned.
Really?
But in America, we can't do that. It would be assault, or there would be charges for the person. But the state, depending on where you live, lives under New or Old Testament.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
And
tribal law, depending how far you of a nation you are.
all right, guys. Can you guys like up? Let's get to 3K likes. I'd appreciate it. And all right. So my next question: what are you guys' thoughts when it comes to if you're a religious person, should you forsake or not pay attention to your economical increase or focus on increasing your economical power and stuff like that? Should you just focus on the religious part itself, or just your spiritual awakening or your spiritualness in your life, but not on your economical?
I know that a lot of people they feel like they only have to focus on praying or only have to focus on the religion, and it's also because sometimes that's what certain religion teach. But people should not forget, if we are listening to the Bible or to the Quran, both are saying we're living in in a Satan's world. So it means if we live in this world, we still have to adjust. We still have to do certain things like work, trying to make sure that we can afford to pay our bills, to buy food. So it means while we are living in this world, and this world is not a paradise, we still have to adjust. We still have to do certain things to make sure that we are okay. We cannot just be praying and be like, oh, God is going to give it to me. I'm going to be fine. Oh, I don't have enough money to pay my bill, but I'm going to pray. Hopefully, at the end of the month, I will have what I need. So I will be able to pay it, and that you live like this every month. That's not an okay thing to do, because we are living in this world. We're part of this world, so we have to adjust. We have to go to work. We have to make sure we make ourselves comfortable. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with trying to be stable when it comes to money, because I'm not saying like you should try to only focus on money because there's something else, but there's nothing wrong in trying to be stable or like, yeah, independent when it comes to financial needs.
But why do people see it as something wrong though? When you try to make it seem like, okay, you need to work, you know, hard and also smart, but you also need to amass a amount of, not to only be given the money that you, just the little money that you have to just the preacher. Why do some people still do it though, or don't want to focus and
It's because most people, I'm not talking about everybody, most
yeah.
people who focus on working hard and having money, most of them sometimes they live like a godless life. Or they, when they start and they don't have the money yet, they just like have like, are like all normal people. You will see they're very um strong when it comes to the religion, but once they like starting to becoming more rich and rich, they don't practice anymore the religion. So sometimes you can see like people changing when it comes to money and working hard. So that's why people are afraid, and that's why they, most of the times people feel like, oh, I should not do that because it can affect my um how do you say it in English,
and faith?
my
Yeah.
bond with God, or the way I practice religion. So that's why I think why people feel that way, because like it says in the Bible, I don't know if it says the same thing in the Quran, you cannot um you cannot be a slave of two like masters, something like that. It means like something like, I don't know, you cannot, no, I'm saying it wrong. You cannot serve two gods. That's what he said. You cannot serve two gods. So you cannot be like serving God and the other God is money. So that's why people sometimes they feel like, okay, I see people being so much influence once they get the money, they stop practicing, or they when they practice they don't do much. They don't do as much as they used to do. They just say, oh yeah, I'm part of the religion, but they don't do they don't really practice. So that's why I think that people are afraid of it, or they interpret like they do like a different interpretation when it comes to that.
Yeah. It's also a lack of foresight because along our lives there we would have different transitional periods, and if you're gonna be, so the question is still on the table, can religion or spiritual awakening or spiritual, your spiritual bond with God, be also your focus in your life when it comes to your financial powers? So it can, financial power and spiritual power also be, you know, something that you are doing or pursuing at the same time? So Jay.
Well, I was actually, I feel like what Guava said in the chat was correct. Of religion can shape economic behavior, because if we look at the Philippines, almost 80% of their wealth of the whole country is sent overseas from their families. This means that the families in other countries are probably suffering or having harder time just so that their families can send money back. They are not able to make a life for themselves because they are further indentured to their family under the morals that they were given from their religion.
Okay, gotcha. Do you remember what was the question you wanted to ask GGGGG?
Yeah, yeah. I wanted him to ask about Orania. Something. My phone just went off. Maybe you can ask.
So with Aranya, if they are Christian, and then you said that it should be their right.
Sorry, like where do you live? In South Africa or?
Oh, you're asking me? No, I have family in Nigeria and Benin.
Nigeria and Benin. Okay, that means I'm the only guy from Sadek here. Okay, it's fine. But I was saying, like why are they not allowing colors in or and all that? I think that was your questions.
My question is, you said that they are Christian and you are Christian, and you said you don't really feel that it's destroying Africa. So, if they are both Christian and they're both part of the same religion, it's not dividing Africa when you're part of the same family.
Okay, let me see if it comes to the constitution, to the laws of the country. You know, those people, they've bought the land for themselves and they decided they're just going to have their own kind. No, not kind like white.
Yes, I get
white people. Yeah. And I would say it's not endangering us because everyone, they're minding his own business. You know, you mind your business, I mind my business. Is what I said to the gentleman that we are Christians, but we mind our business. We're not type of Christians that wait for God to land on earth. We mind our business. We move on with life, and yeah.
And then the second question I had was with South Africa, they have a lot of Hindu population and Chinese people who may not be Christian. So are they not preserving their culture even though they are outside the borders of their land? Are you not able to recognize them for their beliefs if they are there? And is that bad for South Africa or SADC or even Lesotho?
But if you look at the numbers it is quite big. You know, if you look at percentage wise, look at percentage of Christians in Namibia.
All of Africa used to be not Christian before, so now look at the numbers.
Yeah, but I do get your point that but the thing is we SADC, we SADC now.
Yeah.
We are Christians, but we do practice our religion, not religion, our forefathers, ancestors, religion. Let me say the Zulus, the Xhosas, those guys are Christians, but if they have to go to the villages, they practice their forefathers, ancestors. They jump up, they jump back and forth with sticks and all that. They pray to the ancestors, but they are Christians, Zulus, Xhosas, and all those type of people. Even my tribe, we are two. We have elders who do not believe in Christianity, but majority
still Abraham.
Yeah, majority of my tribe. Let me say 99, maybe 1% of maybe 1% believe in their ancestors, religion, in their forefathers, but. Yeah, it's just like that. Even my grandfather was a Christian, but also did practice his forefathers' ancestors.
So do you think that is strengthening Africa?
I would say from our side, I'm talking on the behalf of SADC. Like if I cannot talk on the behalf of the northern of Africa or eastern of Africa, on the side of SADC, even if you call as an African now, he will tell you that I am a Christian, but I'm a Zulu, but I do practice my Zulu tribe traditional. Yeah, like Jacob Zuma, he's a Christian, but if he has to dance his traditional thing, he will dance. It is not restricting us. It doesn't have any stoppage because we don't put, like, let me say before the apartheid, Christianity was one of the subject in school, but after independence, was not a subject. Was more of a was taught in school like I was taught. We used to call it RME. It's more of a religion thing, but was not like forcefully you have to write exams about it. It's not a thing that is forcefully unto you. It's more of a willing thing. But if you look percentage-wise, there are more Christians in SADC, but they have no restrict to the country or to the economic of the country. We do have Chinese, we do have Indians. Yeah, we have Chinese, Indians, but Chinese are less. Indians are more because Indians came through the apartheid brought those guys for laborers and all that. But everyone mind his own business.
So has any of their religion affected South Africa from their Hindu religion being multiple gods versus the one God?
It did not have any impact because it did not have any impact because Christians were they were minority, and I think Christians were minority, and if you have 80-70% minority, definitely you will not have felt the impact. It's just like we have a small percentage of Muslims here. We don't see the threat. We don't see the impact. We have maybe in the country maybe one mosque in the country is less comparing to churches. Like every corner you turn here is a church.
No
You
problem.
go down there is a church. Go up there is a church. It doesn't have, because if I have to live in a Hindu country, definitely that will have an impact. I will feel the Hinduness. But guys who are living in South Africa, like the Chinese, the Hindus, I guarantee to you, those people have a certain impact of Christianity in them. Somewhere, somehow, they've came across a Christian person inviting them to their church.
But okay, then do they go? I mean, I understand what you mean. They can have an impact, but one thing for sure, the impact that the Chinese have is that they go there, they have a business. They have
Yeah.
not only spiritual impact, but they also have more greatly economical impact in the country.
Yeah, very much true. If you come to the Chinese, those guys, they just here for business. They don't walk around with their Hindu to say I'm Hindu. I met one Chinese lady just in town, and she was reading a thing there. I think a Bible thing. I don't know. And then I asked her, "What are you reading?" She said, "No, this is our Bible." I was like, "What you mean?" Yeah, I don't know what they believe in, but she said something written in Chinese and all that. I was like, "Oh, it's like the same. You guys, yeah, you guys are Christian. You read the Bible. The same thing in China. We have our own belief."
Yeah.
I think I would say in there, it comes to Chinese, they are not here for religion purposes. They are more
There.
economic purposes.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
and they
what
are
it
not
is.
they are not brought like Indians. Indians were like forcefully brought to America to South Africa through easy laborers and all those things through Durban.
So would you say then the population of the African population are more focused on the religious part more than the economical part of their country?
I would say in my country we're more focused on economic part. We are not really forcefully religion part in my country. But we do open
What's your
a
what's your
prayer.
what's your country again?
We live in Namibia.
Namibia.
Yeah, you can just do your research there. You can just type in population-wise Christian. But I would say, like every gathering, like it was a compulsory even in school. Before the school start, you have to pray. Before the school end, you have to pray. Even when you are in the break time, you have to pray. It was more of a thing. But economic-wise, it's not something that you are forcefully to say no. You have to be a Christian or else you'll not eat like, let me say, countries like Iran. You will be thrown with stones. It's up to you. You believe in what you believe, but the numbers is still, we are minority, and economic doesn't have much impact.
Okay. All right. Clear. What side of the religion? Well, we're not talking about, yeah, there are many religions, of course. There are many, but we're not talking about the specific ones. We're talking about it in a global sense. general sense. I know there was a religion in Africa, DRC, where they have shared belief with Islam. Okay, well, we're talking more of religion and economic. Yeah. So Night Baker, do you have any thoughts from what what the boys been talking about? I mean, what the men?
No, no, not
No?
really. I understand where they are coming from.
Yeah.
Like what they say when it comes to Chinese people, they do have like different influence when they go to a country compared to different
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to compare to other people who go to a country. And that's true, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But hopefully, because a lot of people want the country or the continent rather to elevate itself, but to elevate, we have to understand there's a lot of things that are at play that are pulling the continent down, and religion is one of them. Because even
But I would
We
say,
have to help ourselves because
but I would say,
that's also a thing what Africans do. They're hoping someone will save them, and it doesn't work like that.
no, but it depends to where you are. Like in Sadek, before independence, we have built more roads than the apartheid regime have built. We have built more roads. We have built more schools. We have built more hospitals. We are more on the economic side. We are not
Okay.
focused on the religion side.
okay.
I would say there are countries in Africa, they are more focused on the religion side, like countries, let me say Somalia, South Sudan, and all those countries. They are like nothing of Nigeria also, more focused on the religion side. But if it comes to SADC, Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, Namibia and South Africa have similar history, similar culture, similar history, most of the things. But I would say, if it comes to say our countries pulled down because of religion, I would say no. Mostly in the two countries, the only thing that pull us mostly corrupt corrupt leaders is mostly the thing that the corrupt leaders. I think this is the only thing that pull our country down, mostly in SADC, but not the upside, not the top of Africa or the east of Africa.
All right. Clear. Hey, Samara. I mean, Samoa. How you doing?
Yes, you got it.
How you doing, Samara?
Yeah, so I just wanted to add that, religion is one of the major factors to why we're not developing quicker as a continent. Because you have to understand, let me speak from an economic point of view first, and then I'll go to the spiritual side of it.
Okay.
The economic side of it is, right now, we have countries in Africa that are making political and economic decisions based on religion, some of them. You hear a lot about our African people talking about, let's pray for this, let's pray for that, let's pray. People, we've become non-innovative. You see what I'm saying? We're always looking for, there's this sky daddy in the sky that's going to come in the future and then fix our problem. This is the hustle that we've been solved. Instead of innovating and bringing our minds together to fix our problems immediately, we have now been taught through these religions of Islam and Christianity or whatever that, there's a future ahead that we need to look towards. Forget the present of what you got going on right now. So we live with that mentality where we don't strive, like most of these European and Arab countries, to fix our problems. We just sit back and we say, let's pray. We have government officials right now talking us to pray to fix our drought problems. Okay, that doesn't make sense at all. Instead of finding people that come in to say, hey, let's get pipes, let's draw water from wherever the water source, these dry areas. No, they're talking about let's pray so that God can bring us rain. This is the mentality that religion has brought upon us as Africans, to where now we are sort of handicapped. We're not thinking of solutions and ideas. We're thinking of, who is coming to save us? Jesus Christ or Muhammad or Allah or something. You see what I'm saying? And we've been sold this thing for over 400 years. We're still waiting for Jesus 400 years later this day. Right now, you can't tell me a single African that has spoken to Allah or Jesus Christ directly that has spoken back to them, or they can definitively say that has come and solved their problems. So that is the economic part of it. The spiritual part of it is, yes, we are suffering as
Okay,
Africans
Nightbaker.
because we have abandoned our gods and we have now adopted other people's gods. If you look at the Hindus, they have their own gods. You look at the Arabs, they have their own gods. You look at the Europeans, they have their own gods. You look at the Asians, they have their own gods. But the African is being told to abandon their own spirituality and their ancestral practices to adopt these European and Arab gods. So now you're noticing that the European countries are thriving, the Arab countries are thriving off of our resources and our wealth. And yet we, who have way more churches and mosques in every corner of an African country than we have factories, hospitals, and anything that would develop our countries. There's nobody in this world that prays more than an African. Nobody. And I've lived in the United States for 17 years. I've lived in Europe for about 2 years. And I can tell you this, I've spent time with religious people. Nobody on this planet prays more than an African. Nobody. I have not seen any Europeans or Arabs that are taking a whole week fasting sessions of prayers. You see that with Africans everywhere. You see Africans every week out there fasting and praying, but there's no blessings coming our way. Why? Because these are not our spiritual practices. Let me land. Give me 30 seconds and I'll land.
Yeah, go ahead.
These are not our spiritual practices. We are suffering because we have weakened our own gods, our own spirituality, and we have empowered their gods in their spiritualities. We're praying in their languages to gods that do not look like us. How do we expect progress? So yes, religion is a major part. It's not the only part. There's corruption and all the other bad leadership and all this stuff going on. But religion, I would say, is a very, very, very big part of why we're suffering as Africans. And I line my point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
let me come there also. I would say also in most things Saturday, we have religion like Easter. Easter is mostly a public holiday. Comes to that, I'll say I think I'll agree with you there. Also, if it comes to we had a drought. There was a time we had drought in Sadek, and I think our leaders came to say no, we need to pray about the drought. They did not have plans. They say no, we have to pray for the drought and all that, you know. And I do get your point there. And yeah,
There's no Western country that's solving their problems with prayer. None.
yeah,
No Asian country, no Western country, only Africans.
yeah.
And that's the way they want us to be.
It's true. If it comes to praying, I think it says more prayer comes more from Africa than all the continents combined. Yeah, that is true. If you go to Zambia, Zambia is known as a prayer nation, but it's quite sad. They are developed, but not developed like Namibia or South Africa or Botswana. But you know, I think I'm with you. I definitely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like sending your mail to the wrong address.
I
We're
agree.
sending mail, but the mail is going to their God's address. It's not going to our God. So the blessings are not coming to us. They're going to them. Everything we're praying for spiritually, they're hijacking. Because we're using the wrong address to reach our own empowerment.
True.
And that's where we are. So we pray so much, but look at how poor we are. They don't pray as much as we do, but look how successful and thriving they are. So there's somewhere we're wrong there spiritually.
Okay, so what do you guys someone just posed a question, not I. Religion should, you said, should not be involved with politics. Did Jesus said that he wasn't part of this world? You mean religion should not be involved with politics? Is that what you're saying, not I? You can put a yes or a no. What do you guys think about this? Should religion...
Moral behavior is dictated through religion. It is a way to tell everybody, hey, this is acceptable, this is not acceptable, and this is the reason. Here's a parable, here's something to tell you why, and prove my theory.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't agree at all. I don't think moral behavior is dictated by religion. Religion was created by man. Okay, man existed way before any religion was created, and they were benevolent creatures. If you need a religion to tell you to do what's right and what's wrong, then you're just a piece of shit. You're a savage human being, basically. Okay, so these are books that were meant to, the religion is like a cult. It's something that's meant to program and control you to behave a certain way according to that program. So other people are programmed in the ways of Islam, other people are programmed in the way of Christianity. But as far as morality, I've met many people who are non-religious, do not subscribe to any of these religions of any kind whatsoever, and they're some of the most benevolent, straightforward people out there. So the notion that religion is the one that determines morality is a total, absolute lie. And if anybody that needs religion to moralize them is a psychopath and should not exist within a functional society.
Very much. That is true. I would say also before our ancestors, before Christianity came, I think still now, do our ancestors do? It's not like we do practice some ancestors of religion, and they are morals that they are taught. Like for example, the Zulus ladies, they taught how to respect a man. The men are being taught how to respect your woman. They are role models. Even the role models doesn't mean you have to come from Christianity or Islam. Role models have to be an inner person. I'll say I disagree with that also. If it comes to religion, have morals into people, no, I'm not with that.
And I'll give you an example. For example, in Islam, they do allow to marry women under a certain age. In certain cultures, that is considered morally decrepit. It is actually considered pedophilia. Okay, but because of this particular religion that people practice, it is allowed in their religion. So where's the morality there? And who gets to determine the characteristic of the morality we are arguing towards? Because Islam does allow men to marry women, let's say under the age of 15. Most cultures do not allow that at all. Here in the United States, you go to prison if you even so much as a person over 21 years old talking to a girl under 16 years old. But if you go to Islamic cultures, because of their religion, you're allowed to marry a 12-year-old. So where's the morality in that? Which God allows you to marry a child? And he justified that morality. So it's a very ridiculous argument to make.
Okay.
That you gain your morality through religion. Religions have their own principles and whatnot.
Yeah.
And some of them are quite nefarious, if you ask me. They're not moral at all.
Yeah, I asked this because some people, I remember someone was passing here and the comment, they said, can you justify morality without religion?
Absolutely. For you not to go and kill your neighbor just because it's not right, that's being moral. I didn't need religion to teach me that it's wrong to steal your neighbor's dog. It's wrong to go and sleep with your neighbor's wife. I didn't need religion to tell me that.
Yeah.
Okay, that was born and ingrained in me. Okay, so there's a big difference between spirituality's teaching. Religion is just a child of spirituality at the end of the day. Religion is just derived from spirituality. And it's a sectional that was created by men, not God, by men. There's no God that ever wrote a religious book. Jesus never wrote anything that you all say that he wrote. It's a bunch of men that wrote about his life.
Exactly.
And if it's anything that men are involved, it is liable for errors and whatnot. So we don't know what God said and what man added in there and say that God said. So yes, morality does not require religion at all. Although religion does help in certain aspects.
Okay, well, Muhammad got married with Aisha very young. This is why religion could not be guiding everyone. Facts. That's true. Yeah, religion is spiritual organized. Is spirituality organized. So, Jay, what are your thoughts yourself? Can you justify morality without religion?
I can say to the Aisha comment that her age was never confirmed, but there was also the marriages in which he married people to take them away from being slaves. So I don't know in regards to morality, as women were seen as property at one point. The colonial neck and head type of mentality came to Africa when the Dahomey tribe of my ancestors in Benin were the rulers. And then after colonialism comes, it goes, oh, well, the man is supposed to be the head. So I believe it's actually been twisted depending on what you believe is your ancestry history, because we're still being told that our traditions, which shaped our people and our diets and health, are either told to be wrong or that it is backwards when we have things that link our cultures and bodies' unique physiological abilities to the surrounding environment. Someone who may live up in the icing areas will not have the same type of protection from the sun in the desert area.
You
So, you know, these religious beliefs come from the adapting to the environments as well. As we've seen before the Gregorian calendar was made, like Ethiopia, they use the lunar calendar. So they're still in 2018 while we're in 2025. And they are the original religion prior to the Vatican.
Okay, but I'm seeing that Notia said that she was 9 years old, Aisha.
So there's been many different ages. Some
Hi.
say teen, some say child. In any case, she was very young that people believe that, you know, she shouldn't be married at that age. But we're not also thinking about the slave part. You know, was she going to be sold off to a man at that age that Muhammad had to step in and say, well, you know, let me marry her so she doesn't have a life of slavery and prostitution and all of that.
Okay. All right.
I'm not justifying marrying a child. I'm not.
Okay, well, I
But
get you.
I'm saying in circumstances, even back then, women were seen as property. They weren't even seen as humans as we see today. The mindsets of older generations don't have the same mindsets of today's collective understanding of religion.
My rebuttal would be is that Muhammad, being the direct messenger of God, he had the spiritual power for divine intervention.
We also have the satanic verses, though.
Right. Now, he consummated the marriage with the underage child. So to us, that is pedophilia in our region where we live. So to us, Muhammad already committed a massive sin against God to be teaching us about God. So if he's the messenger of God, why did I not pray for the angels to intervene to prevent this innocent child from being abused?
I mean, even in the Christian religion, we have 12-year-olds being married.
Exactly. I'm not condoning Christianity. I'm criticizing Christianity as well.
No, I'm saying that both of them did not believe a woman was even a human. It was a property.
Henry the
There's
Third.
nothing in Christianity that talks about
A woman in Christianity was seen as property to their husband.
Like 12, like say was got married at 12 years, but just nothing like that.
We didn't have the same belief system as we did before. There's been updates from every religion of what is okay. Even Hindus, they outlawed their child marriage. I don't know why Islam and Christianity have not. But to see that other religions can, you know, change for the better because they know what is right and wrong from collective understanding of society.
So all this has done, it's managed to prove that religion did not be looked at or considered as the source of morality, and it does not come from a divine source because it is full of flaws and contradictions and hypocrisies in itself.
It's also regional.
Written by man for man's control over other man's mind. That's all religion was. All that Christianity and Islam, it's men that wrote that. It's not God. Because if we follow God's principles, the men that are giving us these messages from God are not in harmony with these principles that they teach from God. There's no God that will allow you to go marry a 12-year-old because, oh, you're scared that other people will abuse it. No, you send an angel, protect that child.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So,
Guava.
unless you're telling me God is not powerful enough to intervene in such a small, minuscule issue, then why are we worshiping him?
If that's the case, then all of the SA in the world would be not an issue.
Yes, so we deal with it in a different ways as opposed to what religion is important, because religion is proven to be powerless, basically. You know?
All right, Guava. Let's give Guava a chance. Guava, can you justify morality without religion? Good evening.
Sorry?
Can you justify morality without religion? The same question.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, everyone. Yeah. So I was listening and because this is a very philosophical discussion, it's a very interesting question. To me personally, religion can inspire morality in the one that leads a country or that leads a people. But to me personally, it should never be the source of some sort of state of power of law. I will try to put it in words. I will try to explain it because I'm thinking about it. So you have religion versus morality. To me, they're not the same, because religion is based on specific what's the word?
Beliefs and principles.
The doctrine? Yes. So based on specific doctrines, yes, beliefs and principles, and it varies by culture and also by time. So as time goes by, it varies and it changes a little bit, but it also requires belief, and it can exclude people who don't share the same belief. So that is what religion does. But then you have morality. It is based on shared human values. It can be debated, and morality, to me, it doesn't require faith, like Samara said, and Jay also tried to say. I agree with the both of them, but it can apply to everyone, morality. So to me personally, you don't need religion to fully agree to that, because I'm also thinking about, if I'm thinking about the economical standpoint of how religion is connected to it. I'm thinking about Africa. I'm sorry, but I'm automatically thinking about corruption, automatically, and about stealing public money. That eventually harms society, and I'm looking at the leaders that should be accountable. So if we're talking about morality, then we should also look at that. That's part of the discussion, So
The
yeah,
question would be for the religious moralist is, what morality did the religion teach you that you did not already have before that religion was introduced to you?
True.
That's my question to the religious moralist.
okay.
What new morality did the religion teach you that you didn't already have?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, because
Whatever
what
religion
she
you
said
practice,
now,
whether it's
Natia,
Christianity or Islam, what new things did it pertaining to morality did it teach you that you didn't already have before that religion was introduced? I'm asking that specifically to the religious moralists, the ones that are arguing that there's no morality in our religion.
Yeah. Okay. You can answer,
like
Guava.
patience, for example. Patience, it can be learned automatically, It's not like you gave the example, like nobody should teach you nobody should tell you that it's wrong to kill your parents, it's automatically assumed that you shouldn't kill your parents,
Let's say on a
but
life. Let's say on
like
a life.
patience, for example,
Guys, let's say on a life instead. I don't know. It's a word, but for some,
sorry.
yeah,
My apologies.
yeah. Let's use
Yeah, my
on a life.
apologies, Super Life. I forgot.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So yeah. So patience, for example, different people learn. How one person can't learn can learn to be patient like 100%, and another person should still you should condition that one person to be patient.
I would say that nature and nurture taught you morality. Religion had nothing to do with morality. Religion may have exacerbated it or encouraged more of it. I'll give you that. Okay, but as far as being the source of morality is a big lie, and that is not giving credit to nature, your environment you were raised in, and then nurture the culture you were raised in. You behave according to your environment and your upbringing. So if it's in your culture, it is okay to, for example, marry a 9-year-old child. So in your culture, you grow up knowing that that's okay, that's moral in our culture. But if you move to another culture, if you dare even talk to an 11-year-old, that's considered an abomination. You see what I'm saying? So where is the religion there? It's nature and nurture.
Okay.
Okay, that gives you morality. It's nothing to do with religion.
So
Exactly, but if you look further, because I gave the example of Henry III. Henry III, you know, the King of England. He also married
a minor.
a girl who was 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and he he was the King of England, so the angelic church was there, so it was not the Catholic Church. So I wouldn't take that as an example. I get it, about the child marriage and stuff, because I 100% agree. I can't imagine to marry off a girl, of 9 or 10 years old, but still we live in the 21st century, so it would be it's a different time now, and like many centuries ago, it wouldn't be normal.
I
There
understand.
were a lot of things that would be normal then, and normal and not normal now, because now we think, oh, it's not normal because we have morals. But like 3, 4, 500 years ago, things did happen then. Like during the Greek periods, they had extravagant parties, people who were married were still doing things with other people. I will not say exactly what during this life, but they found it within their morals during the Greek period. So, and now, if you think about it, it's just crazy if you read those stories. So, to me, morals are also changed based on time.
Okay. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that I agree with.
So,
Yeah.
but I agree with Samora also for a little bit, because the main question of a religion is destroying Africa. I don't know.
Yeah.
Destroying, no. Weakening, yes. Weakening, yes.
Okay.
Sadly, yes.
Okay.
Well, here's the other aspect how it's destroying. It's because it's eliminating these people's cultures and customs. For example, back in the days, you were not even allowed to get a job or be, unless you had a Christian name. I'll give you, for example, my granddad refused because he's a Luo from Kenya. And he was looking for a job as a teacher, and he had to be a Christian. He had to prove that he's Christian, meaning they were forcing the religion on you in order for you to get employment to survive. You see how they destroyed our culture. So they destroyed our names, our local traditional names, and they replaced them with Christian names. So that in itself, there is religion playing a part in destroying our culture as Africans in ourselves. Some of them have even forgotten. They don't even know their great-great-great-grandfather's names anymore, because now they're all Johnsons and Matthew and Phillips, and all these Western names. So that and eradication to our culture as well is playing a big, big part. And a lot of our traditions as well. They have deemed our tradition to be evil
Or
and
pagan.
satanic to stop us from practicing them. And because of that, we've lost a lot of our spiritual powers. Because in Africa, for example, knowledge used to be passed down orally. You know what I'm saying? From generation to generation. And then Christianity and Islam came in there without even studying our culture and our spirituality. They just deemed it all satanic and witchcraft and get rid of it. To the point where you even faced persecution if you were found practicing anything deemed demonic or unchristian. So this is how religion has played a big part in destroying our African culture.
True. All right, guys. All right. Is there a difference between God and Allah? Because we're always talking about the Christianity and Muslim or Allah, God and Allah. Is there a difference? There's no difference.
From my understanding, it's the same God, just different names in different languages. Just like in Swahili, we call God Mungu. In English, they call him God. In Arab, they'll call him Allah. But I think it's the same person that they're talking about.
Okay, the same, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same entity. Just different language.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, it's the same, but there's a difference. There's still a difference.
Okay,
because
what is the difference?
We have to look at it. Yes, there's a difference. Linguistics. How do you say it in English?
Yeah, linguistic.
Linguistically,
Yeah.
linguistically, there's the linguistics. There's a difference because the Quran is written in Arabic, you know, and the word God, how it is formed, you know, when it's taken of the I like to compare it always with you know.
May I say something? So I feel it's the same God, but the Bible actually, to some, like the Catholics, some of them believe Jesus is God. So Jesus would not be a God to the Muslims, even though it's the same God of Abraham. So the God of Jesus is the same God as the Muslim and the Jew. But some Catholics believe that Jesus himself being killed on the cross is God when he died.
Okay.
So that's where the issue is of it's the same God we're worshiping, but then the Jesus is the big issue. I do want to mention in the Quran, they do say that Jesus will come back on the judgment day. So he is important to Islam. For those
What it's asking is, what is the difference between Allah and Yahweh or Jehovah, not Jesus?
No,
That is the God
just
of the
God.
hope of Christians. Jehovah or Yahweh, you see the different names, you know, but it's the same person.
Jesus is not God. Yeah,
I think
and
we just need to see as the three Abrahamic religions, you know, they have the same claimed source,
Right.
but different interpretations. So let's say it's the best way possible for me to explain it, because if we're going to go into detail in it
in the Bible.
of this topic, then we're going to have an hourly long discussion. So I would think of it as describing the same car, but from this different size.
From different
From
languages.
different sizes. You know? Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
different languages from each a different standpoint, you know, but it's the same car. It's the same car, you know. That's the
So in Arabic, they call him Allah. In Hebrew, they call him Yahweh, and so forth. Just like Jesus, they call him Yeshua in Hebrew, but in English, they call him Jesus. But it's the same person, but two different names.
Yeah.
Just the same with Allah and the God of the Christians. It's the same God, just different names in different languages.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the pure understanding of it.
Yeah, I got it.
The thing is, we believe in the gods which Jesus prayed on, you know, because he prayed to gods, and to that
That's what I'm
God
talking about.
we
That's
believe.
Jehovah.
You know?
That's Yahweh.
So yes. So that's Yahweh, indeed. That's Yahweh. So there's a difference, you know. It stops there, because if you the whole discussion about the Trinity, you know, it's a whole another discussion.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
For a Jew or a Muslim, for a Jew or a Muslim, that's a whole other topic. Yes,
It is.
yes, we're not going into that, but just based on the Abrahamic sources, you know, it's the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
Based on the Old Testament, yes.
They just believe in different messages.
That is very important.
Christians believe in Jesus' message, while Muslims believe in Muhammad's message from God.
Yeah.
So they say, okay, it's the same God, but he's sending different messages to give us different messages, basically.
Exactly, and I want to say something super light to this life. He said different messages. Yes, and nowadays I think to myself, if I look at people and the things that are happening in the world, they got the messages, you know, from different sources, but it doesn't matter from which source it comes. It does. Do you know what matters is? Did you get the message? Yeah. Did you get the message?
Did you get the message?
Is the message clear? But apparently not.
Well, some of them get it and don't agree with the message, so they tweak it and then to suit their narratives. That is why you have different factions of Christianity. It's like 70 different versions of Christianity, all interpreting the Bible differently in their own way. So you'll have Islam as well. You have the Kurds, the Kush, the Shiites, and
Sufi,
the Sunni. The Sunni. They all have their own different interpretation of the Quran. And So they got the message. They're just, making sure the message aligns with their narratives and not what God is really trying to tell us.
So it's been it's been how do you say it? It's been manipulated into political beliefs,
right?
So to speak.
This is why if you're going to run a country or a government, you have to take religion out of it completely. It should be a personal thing. So if you're a Christian, practice your Christianity in your own personal space. If you're a Muslim, practice your Islam in your own personal space. Stop trying to bring the principles of your religions into governing.
Because that's an issue already.
Yeah, that's the issue we have in Africa. We have incorporated religion too much into our government, and this is why part of the reason.
I'm saying even in the Holy Land, the sepulcher of Jesus, a Muslim family holds the key, so the six Christian faiths do not fight with one another.
Yes, I read that.
And then there's also the issue that people don't know that the son of Hagar in the Old Testament led to the Islam, while the other child became a Jew and became Jesus's people. So we're still cousins.
Right.
Yeah.
But they still are not figuring out the lineage of those, plus the Gentiles and the Zoroastrians and Hellenists.
But how do you explain that Middle Eastern countries where religion is in a government, it's
so the Shia and the Sunni are different, simply that one should believe in the government to take action on the decisions of Islam, or the Shia who does the opposite.
And look at how oppressive their societies are. People are not free to live freely and expressively. See what I'm saying? Why? Because of their religious principles into their government. Women have no certain rights to fully express themselves and then actualize themselves because, they are governing the country based on
which country though? Because Malaysia,
Islamic countries, you can name them: Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq.
But I'm saying even in Malaysia, I mean they have a separate law for Muslims and they do Sharia law there, but the women aren't oppressed. They aren't forced to wear hijab. It's not mandatory like it is over in Middle East.
Well, which is proving the point that, when you incorporate religion's principles into government, they become oppressive to the subjects. Yeah. So the Middle East is an example of that. These are Islamic countries fully governed by Islamic principles. And look at how oppressive they are in certain areas. There are certain things you cannot do or accomplish in these countries. As a
I will say the U.S. had a part to help with that issue, though.
Let's explain.
Let's give Ben a chance. Hey Ben, what's up, man?
Hey, greetings. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Ben.
I see the topic of discussion, and I heard the brother said something interesting a while ago about Hagar and so forth. Here's what I want to ask. Since the topic is religion destroying Africa, my question to you, the brother at the bottom, where does black people fit into all of this biblical lineage? Since Ishmael, Hagar come from Egypt, and you have Israelites.
We already discussed Ethiopia and how they live under the correct lunar calendar versus our Gregorian calendar given by the colonial world earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm asking you. Where does black people fit into this biblical lineage? Who are their, progenitor as it relates to Africa? But since this is about Africa, so I'm asking you, I hear you mention Hagar and...
if you ask some of the tribes, like in Africa, they believe they are son of Adam or the child of Abraham. So it's still the same God of the Jews and the Muslims.
So which tribe in Africa are you referring to?
There's multiple ones. Mine is Mami Wata tribe. They believe she's Mary.
Mami Wata tribe. What tribe is that?
In Delta, Nigeria.
Okay, Delta, Nigeria, Mami Wata. Is that Yoruba?
Yes,
You sure?
it is.
So you are Yoruba, and you believe.
I also believe in Budun because I have Benis in me as well.
Okay. All right.
But the Budun is a power given, they believe, from the All Creator.
But in the Islamic and the Jewish sense, they see those things as pagan, as ungodly practices. What thou sayest?
As I said, Jews, Christians, and Muslims are all Abrahamic. So their laws are completely contradictory when it comes to Old World Testament and New World Testament understandings.
Yes, I think what the brother is saying is, being that they're all Abrahamic, Abraham was from Iraq. So that means this is an Iraqi origin religion. So how do we Africans fit into it?
Good night,
Are you asking about the Gentile switchover? Or what?
Yeah.
I mean, there's folk Christianity. There's all kinds of other issues that came into play, like colonialism and nationalism and the systems brought to Africa. I mean, like, what are you asking specifically? Because many of the tribes that I've spoken to in Africa have also said they are sons of Abraham. Like, their tribe comes from the sons of Abraham. So, I mean, there's even an Ethiopian Jewish tribe, right? That is not accepted in Israel. Even though they believe, they are the originators, which they still count on the original lunar system. And to be a son of Adam, and everyone agrees that Adam was African, right? Yeah. So
I don't know about that.
Ben,
everyone I've talked to, everyone in my life has told me
outside of religious books, we don't know who Adam existed.
Be very respectful of it. Everyone that I have talked to in growing up in life and reading has said that life has come from Africa. My ancestors from Benin and Nigeria, they have their own creation story, but they still have folk Christian beliefs because of colonialism.
Okay.
Yeah, but what we're saying is the Adam story is folklore. It's not geological fact.
Yeah.
So there was never historical proof.
Someone said they found the old remains.
Yeah, how do you know that was Adam?
How do we know?
Anybody.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Adam is a name given.
Yeah. Guys.
It's not the Adam.
Guys.
And there were multiple groups.
Okay, guys.
Talking about the Adam from the
Our
Bible
DNA is all from that lineage.
All right, guys. We're gonna make the last comments before I close. So, is religion destroying Africa? So, last comments here. We can start with Ben. Last comments.
Is religion destroying Africa? I would say yes, it is destroying based upon how is being interpreted and applied. I believe there is a lot of dogmatic principles, and especially in the heaven in the sky and waiting on the blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy to save I, all these concepts, especially systems that cause you to denounce your Africanness, your traditional culture, your melanin, and all of these things, and force you to see, like for instance, you would have some people who are Muslim, and as much as there's a lot of racism that exists in the so-called white Arab world, you know, they believe because of Islam now, those people are more their brothers than me and those people who come from, than those who come from the same gene pool or tribe as you. I see a problem with that, you know. So that's just
Okay.
scratching the surface,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So Jay, last thoughts. I'm gonna put you down, Ben, because these are closing thoughts. All right. Jay.
I feel in the wrong. If you need someone to guide you for faith, you are not doing your religion.
Okay.
I feel that you are taking to someone else, not your actual creator, if you have to depend on someone else to give your petition to God.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jay. Samora, last thoughts, closing thoughts.
Yes. Yeah, I will say that yes, it has been like we've discussed throughout this live, how it has been used to control, pacify, manipulate, and subjugate us Africans. And it has also been used to separate us, because a lot of the conflicts we're having in Africa are due to religion. Islamic countries against Christian countries. It also has been used. They've added a middleman basically between you and your God. And that's what religion has done. Religion has become a middleman, and then we don't need a middleman. You just need direct communication with your spiritual creator. You don't need to go through some sheikh or some pastor or any of that. That is all corruption of our spirituality in our land.
Thank you. Thank you for your input. And Knowledge, you came in a bit at the end of the show. So could you please answer the question? I'll give you a few more minutes.
Okay. Religion is the biggest scam anyway. Because if you see religion, it's just the biggest scam, the biggest business. They will sell you a word. If you didn't work, your face, they will blame you. You don't believe. You have to pray harder. You have to this to benefit pastors and sheikh and Muslim and Christian, whatever. If you see them, all of them, they have different God, but they have one devil. All of them. If you see the devil, if someone convert from Christian to Muslim, he changes God, but he never changes devil. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And what you can see from religion is like there is someone watching you, and he give you 10 rules. If you don't do this, he will burn you. He will curse you because he love you. It doesn't make sense. It makes a chicken laugh, to be honest.
Yeah.
And to be honest, and they will tell you whatever happened to you, they will tell you, oh, it's a God plan. If it's a God plan, why I'm praying to change what then? If you got a plan already, so I'm gonna tell them, oh, that's change your plan. You're making a mistake. What I'm praying for, to change what? If my destiny is been written from born to death, what I'm praying for what? To change what? If I'm gonna be poor by him, I'm gonna be poor, I'm gonna be rich by him. He gonna decide at the end of the day. You see what I mean? The biggest scam. Who's benefiting from religion? Pastors, sheikh, all this. And imagine that if you travel from here to Saudi to just have a trip with in one room, and at the end of the day, you take some stone to throw for the devil, to kill the devil. Imagine that. You're very foolish, to be honest. And if you see religion, and you always heritage from others. You never seen God, you never seen prophet, you've been told. You used to be someone like this. How did you experience? Nothing. It's all about in your imagination. You create that. Like you read in a book, you're making your own movie. You know what I mean? And plus, you wanna live here, and after that, you wanna live after. So if you believe there is another better life, why are you wasting your time here when you're sick? You should die. You shouldn't pray to have health.
Yeah.
Because if you truly believe there is another heaven, there is a better place to live, you shouldn't wait. You should pray 5 days, whatever, and you wish to die every day.
My message. Oh, okay. Thank you, Knowledge.
No worries. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry I came late because I was studying.
No, it's okay,
Anyway,
Knowledge.
the biggest scam, religion and marriage anyway, the biggest scam in the world.
Yeah, we have to talk about marriage because the last time, remember
Yeah,
that,
thank you for your time, sir.
yeah, sister, if you want to come up, send an invite or request. Yeah, we have to talk about it. Thanks for coming up. Not
No worries. Thank you. Have a
all
good
right,
day.
you too, man. Sister, if you want to come up, sister, I want to respond to what Knowledge just said. Last thoughts. So, let me see. We never heard the devil side of the story. Yeah. Is the devil as strong as God itself? So you told me to check my message. Let me see. You told me to check my message.
Hello again.
Hi. Talk to me. What's
Are you hearing me?
loud and clear?
Yeah, what the brother was just saying about religion being a scam. You know, people make it to be a scam because people refuse to learn what the religion tell them, and they expect people to tell them how to live. That's where the scam thing get in. If every person like follow their religion and not relying on a pastor or on a sheikh to live their life, I think everything will make sense. Do you agree on that?
I hear what you're saying. Is that
Whatever you believe in, it can be any faith. Go through the books, like read and live the way, like for us, like as a Muslim, there's my religion is a way of life. I read my book, I understand my book. Like things I don't understand, I ask question. You know, I try my level best to act upon what I believe. I don't wait for someone to tell me what to believe. That's where the mistake comes. Because if the sheikh tell you something, the other sheikh tell another thing, at the end, what do you believe? So you will be like jumping, they'll be manipulating you, they'll be twisting you, scamming you because you believe them. You are lazy enough to open the book and read what is there. So whatever sheikh says something, you say, okay, yeah, it's true, because he's a sheikh. He's a human being like you. The time he spent reading, you should also do the same. Nobody will scam you. But if you say you are not going to read, you just want a shortcut, you know nothing about your religion, you expect people to tell you everything. At the end, they will use you anyhow.
Sure.
Of course, there are people doing all kind of things, and this is all religions. All religions. But the only way to stop that is for everyone to play their part by knowing your religion. Follow what the book said. Don't follow what people are telling you. I think that all this scam thing will end if everybody does it like that. But relying on people is the biggest mistake. That's why people are getting lost, because at the end of the day, you will not know who to believe and what to believe. I think that is the biggest thing that people need to work on.
Yeah.
Don't believe what I said. Go to the book. Everything is there. If you have questions, there are right people to ask, there are right books to read. Read and do your inquiry on your own. Well, you will see what you are looking for. But if you rely on a human being to tell you what to do.
Okay, I think sister is in the elevator. All right, it was 1 minute.